They don't hit you, no bruises, no broken bones, nothing you can point to, but you feel it every single day. You feel smaller, quieter, less like yourself. And the scariest part? The person doing it says they love you. You know what the hardest part is? They're not a monster. They make you laugh. They hold you when you cry. They say all the right things. That's what makes this so confusing. You think toxic means obvious. Yelling every night, throwing things across rooms. But research from 2024 shows something darker. Most emotional abuse is invisible. It hides in eye rolls, in sighs that say you're too much, in jokes that sting just enough. Dr. Lila Lolanya at the American Psychological Institute calls it ambient abuse. It's always in the air. You breathe it in every day. You don't even notice anymore. You just start to believe it. And here's the part nobody prepares you for. The more they love bomb you after, the more confused you become. It started beautifully, you remember that, right? They texted you constantly, called you their soulmate, made you feel chosen, special, like you finally found your person. Psychologists call this love bombing, and it is not romance. It is a setup. Studies show love bombing is one of the earliest signs of coercive control. It creates emotional dependency fast, before you even know who they really are. Your brain gets flooded with dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals in addiction. You get hooked. And when they pull back, you chase, you try harder, you apologize more, you shrink yourself, just to get that feeling back, that high, that version of them, the one who made you feel everything. But that version was never real. And what came next was the part they never show in movies. You started questioning yourself, not them, yourself. Did that really happen? Am I overreacting again? Maybe I'm just too sensitive. Sound familiar? That is gaslighting. And over 40% of people in relationships have experienced it without even knowing. It starts small. I never said that. You're being dramatic. Why do you always make everything so negative? Over time, your memory feels unreliable. Your instincts feel broken. You start running every thought through them before you trust yourself. That is not love. That is control wearing a soft mask. Researchers at Harvard call this reality erosion. You lose your grip on what is real. And the worst part? You defend them to everyone around you, because from the outside, they look like the perfect partner. But inside your chest, something feels permanently off. And then one day something happens that changes everything. It is a cycle, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Phase 1, they are incredible, attentive, warm, perfect. Phase 2, something shifts. Criticism starts, passive aggression creeps in, the silent treatment begins. You walk on eggshells. Phase 3, explosion or worse, cold detachment. You feel worthless. Phase 4, they come back soft, apologize, buy flowers, say they will change. And your nervous system exhales. That exhale is the trap. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. And it is more addictive than constant love. Your brain learns to crave the relief after the storm, not the peace, the relief. That is why leaving feels impossible. You are not weak. You are chemically hooked. Studies show this cycle mirrors the same brain patterns as substance addiction. But it gets worse before it gets better, because most people don't even realize they have lost themselves entirely. Think back. Who were you before this relationship? What did you love? What made you laugh without permission? Now ask yourself honestly, when did you stop doing those things? When did you start asking if your feelings were valid? When did you start apologizing for existing? This is called loss of self. It is stage 6 in trauma bonding psychology. And it happens so gradually, you don't feel it leaving. You just notice one day that you don't recognize yourself. You stopped going out, stopped calling certain friends, stopped dreaming out loud. Because every dream got dismissed, every boundary got tested, every need got labeled as too much. Studies in 2025 confirm this. Emotional abuse survivors report a 63% drop in self-esteem within the first 2 years. 63%. You handed over your identity in pieces, one compromise at a time. And here's what nobody tells you about leaving. It is not the hardest part. The hardest part is what you discover after you finally do. Here is the truth. You are not crazy. You are not too sensitive. You are not the problem. You were targeted because you were empathetic. Because you believed in people. Because you stayed when others would have left. That is not weakness. That is an enormous heart. But an enormous heart still deserves protection. Leaving a trauma bond is not just walking out a door, it rewires your entire nervous system. Researchers say full recovery takes 12 to 24 months of consistent healing work. That includes therapy. That includes grieving the person you thought they were. That includes rebuilding the version of you they slowly took apart. Here is what that looks like in practice. You start saying no without explaining it. You stop over-apologizing for taking space. You notice red flags without dismissing them. You choose people who feel safe consistently, not just in the good moments. Healthy love does not leave you guessing. It does not make you earn it back. It does not shrink you. It shows up the same way on Tuesday morning as it does on your best day. If you are watching this and something feels familiar, I want you to sit with that feeling. Don't explain it away. Don't minimize it. The fact that you searched for this video means part of you already knows the answer. Trust that part. You came here for a reason. Your brain was already trying to protect you. Now let it. Healing is not linear. But it is possible. And you deserve a love that never makes you question whether you deserve to be loved. If your mind recognized itself in this video, hit subscribe. Your brain is already doing the work.